good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. And man, today we are going to talk about one of the people that I feel is very, very talented, man. I got a lot of criticisms of the brother, but he is on point with about 95% of the things that he teaches when it comes to the black community. And a lot of y'all don't like me saying it, but it's true. Despite his personal life, I'm not going to deal with him on that right now. But the man of the hour is Dr. Umar Johnson, right? And Dr. Umar Johnson is a very, very popular Pan-African lecturer, speaker throughout, I would say, as Obsidian would say, the Gamma Quadrant, right? He's known in Europe. He's known on the continent. He's definitely known in the United States and amongst a lot of black community spaces. Shout out to Netter, because that's where I first heard about Dr. Umar. And Netter TV, man, he's really brought out so many powerful brothers. And Dr. Umar, ever since his appearance on Netter, has really been taken off, right? And one of the things Dr. Umar Johnson is known for is, some of his conspiracy theories and stuff like that. But, he does give his opinions on things that happened in America. He did the same thing with Kobe Bryant. People wasn't really feeling that. But, with the nationwide protests, Dr. Umar Johnson hopped on his IG Live and talked about it, right? And Tariq Nasheed, shout out to the Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed had a very good live stream the other day, and Brother Tariq was talking about the fact that you had a lot of non-black protesters, and that a lot of the non-black protesters shouldn't automatically be accepted, because maybe they're protesting for the wrong reasons. They're protesting because they don't want to be attacked. They don't want to be considered racist. But Tariq was dropping so much knowledge about that you shouldn't automatically protest them, actually accept them, because they may have ulterior motives. And at the same time, Dr. Umar Johnson is saying something similar, but with a little bit more interesting meaning. And I'm going to play this clip that he played, right, on his IG Live. And he says this: if you really care about black oppression, you don't come to the ghetto and march. You don't come to the ghetto and march. If you really care about black oppression, you will go to your own community, your own institutions, your own system, and you will struggle against your own people. Why would you leave? Why would you leave the seat of power? So basically what he's saying is, white people who are protesting in the black communities are coming out to the black communities, coming out to the black ghettos, but you're protesting the wrong place and the wrong thing, right? I'm gonna go ahead and let Dr. Umar say it better than I can say it, and I'll come back and I'll weigh in on it soon enough.
Within a week after that, the governors started talking about, we're going to go to phase 3 and phase 2 and phase 1. We're going to weaken and loosen up the quarantine restrictions. Well, guess what? My multicultural, politically uneducated, young African-American activists, if these white folk who are marching with you cared about you so much, why didn't they storm their capitals with rifles demanding an end to racism? Why didn't they do the same thing they did for COVID quarantine for black life and justice if they care about you so much? If they care about you so much, why didn't they grab their rifles and shotguns and semi-automatics and go to the capital, the state capital of Pennsylvania, the state capital of Michigan, the state capital of Minnesota, the state capital of Georgia, the state capital of California? If they love y'all so much, why didn't they do for you what they did for COVID quarantine?
Okay, so you heard what Dr. Umar had to say, and he's 100% on about this, all right? He's 100%. He hit the bullseye. There's no doubt about it. I am always leery of people who, you see the Caucasians with the Black Lives Matter on. There's some groups such as Antifa, which Donald Trump is saying that they are out there rioting. And the Caucasians in the dominant society, many of them are making posts on Instagram. They're making posts on Facebook, upset at what happened to Brother George Floyd. And people could do that to, be politically correct. But what Dr. Umar Johnson is saying is that when coronavirus quarantine happened, the white community was upset. They had a different type of energy about that. They were going, up to the Capitol with their guns. They were doing all this sort of stuff. But when it comes to what's happening to African Americans, like Brother George Floyd, they are talking about it with that same energy, but they don't have that same energy. In fact, they're coming to the hood to protest. They're joining in with some of the riots, right? They're joining in with some of the looting. And in some cases, they might be the only people that are looting. But when it comes to stopping the oppression of blacks, they're not going to their own people. They're not going to their own systems. They're not trying to get the laws changed, right? And he makes up a good point. Why would you leave the seat of power? Like, what incentive do they have to give up their power in the United States to be equal with blacks? The way that they might do it, and I'm not saying this is true of all of them, but in his words, the way that they may do it is they will come and they will do such, in ways that they can be publicly seen because it's politically correct. And I want to just talk about this for those of you brothers and sisters who are joining in with the dominant society and those people who are actually rioting or looting or protesting peacefully, whatever you may be. Watch if they are getting these laws changed, okay? How many of them are going to fight the dominant society, this system, to get things changed for black people? I can tell you how many of them are going to really do that. None of them, all right? And to be honest, that's what will show me that non-blacks cared when they do that. They don't. African Americans got to understand this, okay? No group of people are going to care about your issues more than you care about them, all right? They're not going to go lobby their people. They'll come out there to the ghettos. They'll come out there to whatever, but they're not going to go to the, at least the majority of them. They're not going to go and try to change this. And we have to accept the fact that they are not going to do that. No matter how many of them show up with the Black Lives Matter posters, no matter how many of them showed up rioting, no matter how many of them show up disliking the police. And let me just say this, right? A lot of non-blacks hate the police also. All right? We are under the assumption that, okay, because somebody is white, they like the police. A lot of white people don't like the police. And they could be one of those people that will take the opportunity where, okay, it's a demonstration against the police. I'm with them. I hate the police. Let me go in and join in with them. Everybody has their motive. It has nothing to do with even George Floyd. They'll come out there and say that, but a lot of people don't like, there are some people that want less government control, less police patrol. All right, we gotta stop assuming that just because somebody's white, they love the police. No, it's a lot of white people that don't like cops. White people as a whole number, right, in the United States, they experience, a larger police brutality, but not at the highest percentage. So they have problems with police too. All right. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they are for us. And we got to understand that we cannot expect them to do for us. And we cannot accept that, okay, well, you're coming over to where we live and doing these protests as an exchange for, oh, we got white folks that really rock with us. No. There are some white people who will try to get things changed, as we saw in the civil rights movement, right? We know that there are white people who do that. But we also got to understand that a lot of people protesting, like Tariq said, they could be there to keep an eye on blacks. They could be there to, make sure that they don't get hurt. They could be there to just say that, they were out there protesting. You never know. It could be supremacists out there pretending to be, liberals protesting. You just don't know. And the only thing and the people that you can count on are those who are fighting against the system, who are struggling against their own people, who are trying to give blacks opportunities. And a lot of times we saw in the 60s, those people ended up getting killed. But that's what we're going to see. And I have to say, Dr. Umar Johnson brings out a very, very important point. And when a brother like Dr. Umar Johnson, I know the brothers had some issues here and there, on this, he gets a round of applause. The brother was preaching. The brother was cooking. And a lot of things that Dr. Umar Johnson says about Black America, Black society, you know what? In my opinion, usually he is 100% right. So guys, I do thank you for listening to the video. Make sure you check out this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And also, let me give a very special shout out, right, to Tipsy Tulips Cupcakes, right? My boy, brother Craig Harper, out there in the Atlanta area. Make sure you check him out, man. He's out there doing a whole bunch of great things. I really appreciate the brother out of Atlanta. You know, if you have great pastries, you know, alcoholic pastries, man, Tipsy Tulips is where you want to be. You know, the looters didn't get them yet. So, you know, y'all better order before they get them. So like I said, man, as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts also there. Peace.